Hello and welcome. Today we are going to explore the concept of index numbers. If you have ever heard news reports about inflation, the cost of living increasing, or the stock market going up, you have already encountered index numbers in action. In this video, we will break down what they are, how to calculate them, and why they are such a crucial tool in statistics and economics. So, what exactly is an index number? Put simply, it is a statistical device. It allows us to measure changes in a variable or a group of variables over a specific period of time. Think of it as a barometer for the economy. We usually express these changes as a percentage, comparing a current time period to a fixed point in the past, which we call the base year. If the base year is 100 and the current index is 110, that indicates a 10% increase. Why are these numbers so important? First, they are the primary tool for measuring inflation. By tracking price levels, we understand how the purchasing power of money changes. Second, they are used to adjust wages. Many contracts link salaries to index numbers to ensure workers can afford the same goods even as prices rise. Finally, they help governments and businesses analyze economic trends, such as production output and export levels, to make informed decisions. There are three main types of index numbers you should know. First is the price index. This measures changes in the prices of goods. For example, checking if milk costs more today than it did last year. Second is the quantity index. This ignores price and looks at physical volume, like the number of cars produced by a factory. Third is the value index, which combines both price and quantity to look at the total value of trade or sales. Let us look at how to calculate the simplest form, the simple price index. The formula is straightforward. We take the price of an item in the current year, denoted as P1, divide it by the price in the base year, denoted as P0, and multiply by 100. For instance, if bread cost $2 in 2020 and $2.50 in 2025, the index is 125. This tells us the price has risen by 25%. The simple index works for one item, but what if we want to measure the cost of living generally? We cannot just average the prices of everything, because not all items are equally important. A 50% jump in the price of salt does not hurt your wallet as much as a 50% jump in your rent. To solve this, we use weighted index numbers. We assign a weight to each item corresponding to its importance or the quantity consumed. There are two famous methods for calculating weighted indexes. The first is the Laspeyres index. This method uses the quantities from the base year as the weights. It essentially asks, how much would the basket of goods I bought in the past cost me at today's prices? This is the most common method used because base year data is fixed and easy to work with. The second method is the Paasche index. Unlike Laspeyres, this method uses quantities from the current year as weights. It asks a slightly different question. How much would the basket of goods I am buying today have cost me in the past? This reflects current consumption habits, but it is harder to calculate because the weights change every single year. The most famous real-world example of an index number is the Consumer Price Index, or CPI. Government statisticians track the prices of a specific market basket of goods and services that a typical household buys. This basket includes housing, food, transportation, and medical care. The CPI is the standard metric used to track inflation in most countries. To wrap up, remember that index numbers are powerful comparison tools for tracking changes over time. While simple indexes give us a basic idea, weighted indexes like Laspeyres and Paasche provide a more accurate picture by accounting for the importance of different items. Whether it is for understanding inflation or adjusting the economy, these numbers play a vital role in our financial lives.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.